Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I am here to talk about Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering, specifically how they relate and how they are part of Hasbro's earning results as discussed in the shareholders Hasbro second quarter 2025 results phone call thing they had recently. Really, Hasbro put a lot on Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has been keeping Hasbro, I would say, afloat for the past few years. And there's been a lot of pushback how Magic's being abused and used and overprinted. There's even an article a few years ago where Hasbro got slapped, I think like Bank of America, specifically because of what they're doing to Magic. But apparently that trend is reversing. Before we continue, let's just go ahead. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Please subscribe. Let's help bring out the good vibes, bring out the good comments, and really hit the notification bell. You know when I post the new video. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. So there was a lot discussed on the Q2 Hasbro call, and I have some of those notes for you. First off, something I was a little surprised about. Apparently, Tarkir Dragonstorm is on pace to become the top-selling Magic Premier set of all time, which I'm a little surprised about. I found Tarkir Dragonstorm to be kind of plain and not as good as the first round of Tarkir. They took all the original Dragon Lords everybody knew and loved and just got rid of them in the storyline, and then went back to basically a version of Khans of Tarkir where dragons aren't around anymore, and replaced with 3 or 5 new Dragon Overlords. It just didn't make sense to me. I thought a lot of the cards were functionally stupid. But apparently people loved it, probably because of the Commander stuff it does for Commander. Anyway, as far as numbers for Hasbro's results, overall Magic's revenue increased 23% in quarter 2 year on year, following from $336 million in quarter 2 2024 to $412 million this quarter. Basically comparing the second quarter this year to last year. This year, 412, last year only 336. As far as other numbers, so Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering blew away numbers in it. It surpassed everything. So to give you an idea, there was a Modern Horizons held the record previously, bringing in over $200 million throughout a 2-year period. Lord of the Rings did that in 7 months. And then Final Fantasy took a fraction of the time. So what happened was Lord of the Rings, again, took 6 months to deliver $200 million of revenue. Final Fantasy did that in 1 day, and it's most likely still blowing it away. Final Fantasy pushed past the limit break of Hasbro and outsold Lord of the Rings in 1 day. So Modern Horizons, Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy, blowing away all of them. There was an interesting little note thing they mentioned. They didn't produce enough product. A quote by Chris Cox: "I think we increased production runs on it 4 times at pre-release. It was substantially by many very high double-digit percentages ahead of overall production we've done, and we left the market wanting more." So there was still not enough Final Fantasy out in the market. I don't know why they underprinted it so much, why they thought they wouldn't need what they currently need. Bad planning, poor planning, bad management, misreading the market in the room. Maybe they were thinking that the other universes Beyonds didn't do so well, this one be the same. I don't know what their logic was there, but it's Final Fantasy. It's an evergreen, enduring IP that's loved world over. People have been playing Final Fantasy games since the 80s, and they're still playing them. Shout out Final Fantasy 11 players. Anyway, I'll go ahead and leave it there. What do you think this foretells and portends for Hasbro Magic the Gathering going forward? There's Spider-Man and Avatar coming out later this year. That is a bit of a product fatigue. 2 more universes Beyond coming out of the back end of the year, and I think Avatar is going to be stupid. People don't care about that. Spider-Man should probably do better than Avatar, but I like the concept of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering. It just works with the structure of the game and the fantasy world, Final Fantasy. It was definitely a great idea. I was following the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering train since they first started talking about it like a year and a half ago. So anyway, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you buy into Final Fantasy? Are you enjoying Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering? And what do you think of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering being Hasbro's piggy bank, taking Hasbro to the moon this year? Anyway, catch you next time. Thanks, everyone.